We had mortars come in 2 or 3 times a day on almost a daily basis. I've seen a lot of things that I wish I never did, a lot of things I wish I could forget.
James Culbertson's first tour of duty in Iraq was a living hell.
When that first mortar round explodes, you know there's more coming, but you don't know where they're coming from.
He was on a recovery mission the day of his youngest child's first birthday.
We had RPGs going across the hoods of the vehicles, exploding on both sides of us. I've seen a couple of vehicles get hit. We had live rounds coming right through the cab of the vehicle with us. And I hadn't even got to call home and tell my son happy birthday yet. That was one of the hardest days I had.
After 2 years in Iraq, James returned home to his wife and children, a shell of his former self.
I became paranoid very easily. I wouldn't go into any type of public place unless I absolutely had to.
He was totally opposite of the person that left.
I alienated all my friends, my family. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to interact with anybody.
It was extremely hard.
One night I woke up in the middle of the night and I had my wife in a chokehold. She had this big radio alarm clock that she used to wake up in the morning. She had to break it on my head to get me to let go of it because I was having a nightmare.
Despite his severe anxiety and paranoia, the military redeployed James back to the desert on a foreign security training mission.
When he was called back up, I was like, are you kidding me?
Ironically, it was after that second deployment, on his way home, when James nearly died.
I just completely blacked out. I don't remember any of it.
Traveling at perhaps 90 miles an hour, the truck James was driving left the road and plowed into several trees.
The only thing I remember was getting in the truck and waking up in the hospital.
The entire left side of his pelvis and his lower back were shattered.
And the first thing they told me was I would never walk again, that I would be confined to a wheelchair the rest of my life.
Extremely depressed and anxious, for 2 years, James rarely left his house.
I just laid in my room, on my bed, shut off from the entire world.
Eventually, with a full leg brace, James began to walk again. Significantly overweight at nearly 270 pounds, he tried 3 or 4 different fitness facilities.
I would start having panic attacks. I couldn't stay in there. I felt like I was suffocating. Not once did any of them try to help me or help me find a way to be comfortable in there.
Things were different at Anytime Fitness in Duncan, South Carolina.
See, all day, every day, this is what I'm telling you.
You have to go someplace where people are willing to listen and actually hear and engage with you on your personal story, because otherwise it's just another club.
There you go, that's what I'm talking about. You feel that nice?
Everybody was so friendly and so welcoming. I didn't feel like a new person walking in the door for a membership. I felt like somebody that had been there already.
And he called me and he said, I really like it. I'm like, you do?
You can tell they actually genuinely care about you.
Now you're gonna hit right here. Good.
With help from personal training manager Tony Vogel, James lost more than 80 pounds in less than 8 months.
Get those elbows up.
And he dramatically improved his strength and range of motion, especially in his hips.
I'm feeling it in my abs too.
You know, I think Get to Healthier Places, that sums up our whole approach.
Once told by doctors that he would never walk again, James is now running 5K races on a regular basis. And more importantly, no longer a paranoid recluse.
This is the dad that they deserve. This is the husband I deserve.
James is nearly back to his old self.
Bet you to it. We're active again. We're having fun again. I've regained my relationship with my family again.
And he has some advice for others when life seems hopeless.
Don't be afraid to ask for help. There's help out there. If it hadn't been for Mike and Tony and everyone else at the club, I wouldn't be where I'm at now today.